All right, so we figured we'd do a little update on the Viper, or we call it a Deathwish Viper. So the hood is off and the intake manifold is off and there are turbos. They're kind of just chilling there. I mean, the manifolds are on with a couple of bolts. There's no gaskets in it yet. Really, it's mocked up. This was off of a running and driving car, this setup. It's got Turbonetics turbos. Not trying to rag on Turbonetics. I just haven't really heard the name come up in a while, so they're obviously a little bit of an older, we know the setup is older. It was put on a car that really wasn't driven. That car recently sold and it had 5,000 miles on the car total, I believe, and I think the turbos were put on when it had over 4,000 miles on it. So there's a couple little things which I figured there would be that we have to sort through. We already have our new fuel injectors waiting to go in the manifold. I'm trying to decide what color to do the manifold and the valve covers. Normally I'm not super picky about that kind of stuff, but considering these are in really rough shape and we have to take all that apart to do anything about it, I think now is the time. So we're trying to decide between a red again, black, or I'd really like to maybe match the color of the wheels with that bronze. I think would be awesome. We have our fuel pump ready to get installed right now. Fuel Labs is sending us a regulator for it. Then we'll get our fuel system plumbed with the new eSense sensor, which is actually already, I don't know if the camera can see me going over here. The eSense, obviously the Motec looks like a mess over here if you can see it. Everything's hooked up. Thanks to Cody Phillips. We got it running before we took it apart, so we know the Motec is working. Everything runs, everything functions, but the eSense is actually hooked up to the Motec. Here it is right now, so we're gonna get that plumbed into the fuel system. But there's the sensor right there plugged in and working on the Motec currently. We tested that when it was running. We'll get that mounted, get that buttoned up, drop the fuel pumps in, run the new lines, mount the new regulator, the new fuel rails once the manifold's back on, with our new injectors. It's not exactly ready to start at that point in time. I guess the next kind of major thing we have to do on this, once I'm happy with the fit, which it actually does look like it fits pretty well. I'm seeing obviously we got to do a lot of heat shielding around this wiring over here. The oil feed is very simple. I like the setup that they have. We're going to clean that up, obviously because it's old and been sitting around, it's all dusty. We're going to make sure we flush everything out. The oil drain, the returns from the turbos, we're going to have to take off the oil pan and weld some bungs on there for the returns from the turbo. All that to say, we're gonna install the oil returns, the oil feed is ready to go. We'll get everything bolted up nice and solid and tight. Then we'll put our intake manifold on and our fuel system, and at that point it could actually start again. It's not ready to tune or make boost. We still have to install the intercoolers and all the charge pipe stuff, but for the sake of making sure everything's plumbed right and it works, we'll be able to get that done hopefully in a pretty reasonable amount of time. We have a new thermostat to put in here while we're here, and gaskets and everything, because that's underneath the manifold. Honestly, at some point in time I'd like to design my own manifold and have that either fabricated or 3D print a intake for this. I think that'd be pretty cool. You probably want it to breathe a little bit better up top, and honestly don't need as much torque, especially with the turbo this small. Don't need as much torque down low, because those are going to spool, I would imagine, like right now. Honestly, that's probably going to make for the classic scary Viper driving experience, because I haven't driven one, granted, but I would imagine when I go to Calvo and they have 80 millimeter turbos hanging off the Viper, it's a big engine to spin those up, but I would imagine there's a bit of a building up of that boost, whereas I think these are 60 something millimeter turbos on an 8-liter engine. They are probably going to spool like now. So I don't think there's going to be any lack of torque. I bet these will fully spool at like 2,000 RPM, no problem. So that should make for a tire burning experience in any gear. And what I'm hoping for, and the whole reason for doing the turbos on this in the first place was, first off, we needed an ECU, and I didn't want to go with the stock ECU because I didn't want to spend that much money on the stock ECU. Secondly, once we had a Motec coming, I'm like, why not put turbos on it? It's got a built motor in it already. And these showed up on Facebook Marketplace. The next reason for that really is the whole experience of it. Driving this car was a great analog experience. Not the best car I've ever driven by far, but that really raw, simple driving experience. So no reason to even turn on the radio, no desire to turn on the radio experience. And I like listening to music. And some of my other cars have amazing stereos in them, And I battle with, do I want to listen to the car or do I want to listen to the music? Honestly, like that is an internal struggle for me. I have never desired to turn on the radio when I drove this car. So my thought here with the turbos was just to add to that experience. Because the cool V10 sounds and the burbles and all just the rawness of everything in it, add some turbo whistle and blow off valves at it, I'm like, that's where I'm going. That experience, I think, will make this car really what I want it to be. And since, life's too short to drive boring cars, why have a stock Viper? So, anyways, I just think it's going to add to the driving experience. If we can do something that like looks marketing-wise cool with it, with the turbos, obviously we're going to be getting lots of cool footage, and promoting that. I am thinking maybe at some point we have, our wheels are made by BC Forge, so I guess shout out to them. I might ask them to build me a set of slightly smaller diameter rear wheels, same width, in a bead lock. Apparently they're doing bead locks now, but that will match our wheels. So the black with the bronze face and everything, so that we can put some good sticky tires on the back and take it out, for the half-mile racing. Maybe even the local like 8th mile track. I've never really been a big drag race guy, but I think big motor and turbos, sure, you can road race it, but honestly, this thing's gonna overheat if I tried to road race it without going into completely engineering some insane cooling package. So, drag racing might be a great thing to be able to do with this.